watching East Tennessee weather, powered by Rusty Wallace Automotive Group.
And good morning, everyone. 7:01 right now, getting us started on this Tuesday morning as you head off to work. And some kids not heading off to school. My kids are not. Some kids are. But either way you look at it, we have some fog in some locations, clear skies in other locations. It's going to be a nice start to the day. It really is a nice start to the day, but that's going to be changing throughout the next 24 hours as we track in some heavier rain showers that are going to move on through. I have no idea what's going on with the channel. It is melting this morning. There it is. We're back, my friends. Either way you look at it, we are talking about some heavier showers. So be prepared for heavy rain. Most of the rain is going to come through tonight. Plus, today is election day, my friends. Anybody going to be heading off to the polls here today? Rain affects or weather affects voter turnout big time. They've done so much research on it that it affects so much voter turnout. So the good news is that, voter turnout should be on the higher side due to the fact that we're not talking about a ton of rain today, but we are looking at the rain to be increasing across East Tennessee, and that's really going to be the story here over the next couple of days and really over the next week. If you were with us yesterday, I said, hey, listen, we're talking about a lot of rain here this week, and we start that process through the day today. So let's go ahead and get everyone off to work and some of the kiddos, I guess, off to school here this morning, but expect increasing rain throughout the day today. We'll talk totals and we'll walk you through the future cast. That's coming up here in just a moment. But moderate rain moves in overnight tonight. So it's going to make for a rather very soggy start to our Wednesday morning. As we head through the day on Wednesday, breezy, moderate showers. We dry out Thursday, and then those showers work their way back in as we get into our Friday and Saturday time frame. So let's go and take you to the future cast, we'll talk about visibility for now. Again, not a whole lot of fog out there, but some fog has shown up in and around downtown, parts of Anderson County, parts of Sevier, and also Loudoun and also Blount County. So something to keep in mind if you're going to be traveling those areas here this morning, but all in all, shouldn't have caused too many major issues. And we'll talk about traffic here in a moment. There's never really any traffic at 7 o'clock. It's usually running smoothly, but so far, things are running smoothly this morning. Temperatures are trending for the most part a little bit warmer in some locations. When you look at the numbers, you got to realize our average high temperature for this time of year is in the mid to upper 50s. We're right now in the 40s and 50s with some pockets of mid to upper 50s. And so it's a nice warm start to the day. And it's going to be another warm day ahead of us today. Look at this forecast for this afternoon. We'll stay mostly cloudy. Clouds will continue to increase throughout the morning hours. Not a ton of rain throughout most of the day, but the rain starts to increase as we get into the afternoon. Southern Valley first, so Chattanooga area. We'll go Monroe County, McMinn County, start to see the rain before places like Knox, Anderson, Blount, and further to the north and northeast. So something to kind of keep in mind here throughout the day today. So let's go and walk you through the future cast. Pick up our timeline here at 7 o'clock. It is currently 7:04. And again, not a ton of rain out there so far, but watch as this moisture starts to creep its way on in. This is lunchtime today, so if you need to get out and cast your vote today, the morning is going to be better than this afternoon, but it's not going to be a total washout. We'll have some scattered light rain showers all the way through noon across the Southern Valley, working its way towards the southern Cumberland Plateau, and anybody traveling I-75 south of downtown Knoxville. These showers will start to fill in a little bit here throughout the day today, but even by 3 o'clock this afternoon, not a ton of rain expected across upper East Tennessee. Most of that's going to be across the Southern Valley and the Plateau. And even by 7 o'clock tonight, again, not a huge chance for a ton of rain. So when you look at the rainfall totals just for the day today, which, by the way, I'm going to break down each segment to show you how the rain's going to be increasing, we could see about a third of an inch of rain across the Southern Valley. Probably not going to see a ton from Jefferson County to Tri-Cities throughout the day today. So that's good, and that's going to help some of that voter turnout. I'll throw it out there right now. Anybody going to be casting their votes today? Anybody? I'll come back to the chat here in just a moment. And by the way, if you're joining us on Roku TV, Amazon Fire, you can or the website or the app, you can always chime in on social media for the chat. All right, so 7 o'clock tonight, here comes the wet weather. So here we go. Rain's going to be increasing past 7 o'clock tonight. Could be heavy at times while we're sleeping. And as we wake up and get off to work and school on Wednesday morning, this is what we could be experiencing. Some pretty soggy conditions. It's going to be soggy and slow going on our Wednesday. It's going to be a wet Wednesday, my friends. Not just hump day, but wet. And just through tomorrow morning, you can see how the rain's going to fill in. So many areas could pick up anywhere from a half an inch to an inch of rain. Southern Valley, Southern Plateau, maybe higher amounts than that. Upper East Tennessee, still about a third to nearly a half an inch of rain through sunrise tomorrow morning. So the rain will fill its way on in. And it's going to be with us throughout the day tomorrow. So here's your forecast for tomorrow. A center of low pressure is going to be tracking its way through East Tennessee. That's going to produce some breezy conditions across the mountains. National Weather Service talking about the wet fact that the winds may not be strong enough to produce a wind advisory, but it's right on the cusp of maybe a wind advisory. So we'll see what they do. They may issue a wind advisory tomorrow for the Smoky Mountains, but I don't think for anywhere else. There goes the center of low pressure. It's going to take the rain with it. We'll see the wind shifting from the southwest and southeast to the north. It's not going to draw in colder air. It just gets that wind shifting. You get counterclockwise rotation around low pressure. And so as the low moves in, you get a southerly flow. As it moves out, you get a northerly flow. And that's going to take the precipitation with it. So through 7 o'clock, so today through tomorrow, we're looking at anywhere from 1 to 2 inches of rainfall. So pretty good solid soaker for sure. 3-day forecast, you'll see those temperatures going to stay on the warmer side. So we're still trending above average. 70s today, mid to upper 60s Wednesday, Thursday. Thursday, we're going to be on the dry side and embrace that with the warmer temperatures, dry weather, because here comes our next little weather maker. As we look at your rainfall chances, either elevated, obviously, tomorrow, Wednesday. No, today is Tuesday. Today, tomorrow, and again Friday and Saturday, and then fade away Sunday, Monday. But while we don't have any rain chances Sunday, Monday, per se, the colder air is going to be swinging its way on in. It is going to be a little bit of a chilly Sunday and Monday ahead of us. So on the big picture, here's what it looks like. You can see how this, if you have travel plans, a lot of folks travel around the region for their jobs. You can see how the low tracks its way into our area, and that's really when the wind and the rain will pick up. And that's going to be overnight tonight into tomorrow morning. And then anybody traveling over into the Carolinas or Virginia on into our Wednesday, you're going to be following this storm. So you're going to be tracking the rain. You're going to be tracking with the rain as it moves off to the east. So a big doozy of a storm. Memphis is probably not going to get much. Nashville is probably not going to get much. But East Tennessee and the southeastern U.S. will definitely get a lot more. Remember, I said those rain chances will start to increase again Friday and Saturday. Well, here's the story on that. We do have another trough of low pressure out across the West Coast. That's going to swing into the Four Corners and the Rockies. That's going to produce some snow over into Colorado. And then for us, it's just going to bring us increased wind and drag another cold front and low pressure system into the area. So here's your Friday into Saturday time frame. This is a long range model, so I talked about this yesterday. It doesn't have a lot of resolution to it, so it just gives us the idea that, here comes another system. It's going to bring us some more scattered showers and maybe a few thunderstorms as the cold front swings through. We don't have a ton of instability, so no severe weather threat as it stands right now, and I don't think that we're going to see any. So let's break it down day by day. Okay, so today into tomorrow. So what this does is this forecast goes from 7 o'clock in the morning today through 7 o'clock in the morning tomorrow. So it's really a 24-hour rainfall outlook today through tomorrow morning. And we'll pick up anywhere from, like I mentioned, some decent rain around the region. Then from tomorrow morning through, so that'd be through Thursday morning, the storm starts to exit. We'll start to see improving weather conditions. But Thursday morning through Friday morning, the rain starts to pick back up to our west. Here comes our low pressure system. So we're dry Thursday into Friday morning, but through the day on Friday into Saturday, wetter weather returns to East Tennessee. And this takes us through Saturday morning. So then Saturday morning through Sunday morning, we'll start to see those rain chances move on out. We'll see a drier weather conditions on into our Sunday. And then Sunday into Monday, we'll see even drier weather conditions. So good news there. Even as we get into Monday, Tuesday, we're going to be dry. But it is going to be on the cooler side, and I'll talk about those temperatures here in a moment. So rainfall amounts around the region, again, over the next 7-day stretch, we're looking at maybe an inch of rain in Memphis and Nashville. Of course, that's going to be associated with the cold front that swings through on into our Friday, Saturday timeframe. But the southeastern U.S., from Birmingham to Montgomery, Atlanta to Augusta, and right here at home, we could see anywhere from 1 to 3, pockets of 4 and 5 a little bit further to our south. So big rain event on the way. Elevated flood risk does increase as we round out the week as well. A small flood risk for us here locally, so we'll have to watch for that closely. But better chance for flooding exists, I should say, down into parts of Alabama and Georgia and probably South Carolina as well. Temperature trend, we're staying above average. Average highs are in the upper 50s. At least we've got warmer temperatures starting to warm up, average-wise anyways. And we're going to stay on the warmer side all the way through Saturday. Sunday, we take it a little bit of a nosedive, and then more seasonable temperatures return on into our Monday. So how cold do those lows get? How about low to mid-30s Sunday, Monday? This is why we tell you it's too early to plant. Even though these temperatures warm, a lot of folks try to get out to the big box stores to purchase plants and whatnot, and are really getting excited to start planting. Unfortunately, you can't do it yet. As we get into spring and we get these dips in the temperatures and the growing season starts, the frost freeze program gets reissued by the National Weather Service, and so something to keep in mind. Looking ahead as we head through the middle part of the month, it looks like more seasonable temperatures on the way, and we'll probably stay that way. So at or maybe a slightly above average temperature is possible, but it looks like we're going to be trending a little bit more seasonable. So that would be upper 50s to low 60s around East Tennessee. And let's continue our countdown, my friends. Daylight saving just 5 days away. Don't forget to change the batteries in your smoke detectors and carbon monoxide detectors. It's a good idea to do it Saturday night. We know Betty changes her clocks early Saturday morning. She used to do it on Friday, but make sure you do that before you head off to bed on Saturday night. St. Patrick's Day just 12 days away. And we're Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, 3 days away from the meet and greet. I don't know if you saw it. If you follow Orange Hat Brewery, they posted something on their social media saying, come out and say hi to Witcher if you want to have a brewski with me and enjoy the night. 6 to 8 o'clock at night on Friday night should be a nice night to do so. We're going to be dealing with some rain showers, so something to keep in mind if you are going to be heading out to Hardin Valley on Friday night to come out to the meet and greet. We are going to be dealing with some rain showers. Spring just 14 days away, 2 weeks away for the official start of spring. And Easter, a whopping 26 days away. I actually went down to Townsend yesterday and met with the folks over at Peaceful Side Social. And we're going to get a weather camera down there in Townsend, which is going to be really cool. They're going to do some advertising as well. But I went over to Little Arrow to try to talk to the folks to see how well their Wi-Fi is, or to see if I could plug in somewhere so I could broadcast from their little coffee center. It's a really cute little coffee center if you've never been there. Little Arrow is awesome. But I'm going to be broadcasting there live, hopefully, on Easter weekend. So the Witcher's going to be doing some camping. We talked about that yesterday as well. All right, so everybody ready for the rain? Everybody ready for the rain? I didn't even show you that graphic. But either way. All right. Did I even have my weather maps up at all that whole time? I just looked over at my broadcast, and I think I went through that whole forecast. Did I even have my weather maps up at all? Somebody tell me. Am I going to have to go through that whole thing again? Somebody tell me. Did I stay on camera the whole time while I was looking at my weather maps? I didn't have my weather maps up the whole time? Oh, I did show maps. Okay. Phew. I just changed back to the camera, didn't I? I'm losing my mind and my voice is still gone. Can't seem to get it back. My goodness, my friends, my goodness. Great food at Peaceful Side Social. Yeah, I had a chopped chicken sandwich yesterday and some homemade potato chips. And they added a creamery, by the way. So they have homemade ice cream that's attached to Peaceful Side Social. Really, I walked in there. I was like, oh my gosh, this smells so good. All right. Well, I'm glad I had the weather maps up. Oh, wait. Sounds like you need more coffee. I didn't even make coffee this morning. So maps were on. It's all good. Okay, cool. I was going to say, geez, my goodness gracious, what is going on with my day here? It's only Tuesday. So are we going to be heading out doing some voting? You know what I learned, Buck? Townsend, I didn't know this. But did you know the entire town of Townsend is on septic? Which is actually really good. Do you know why? Because it's going to limit growth. And that will hopefully stay the peaceful side of the Smokies. Pat says he's having one of those days too. It's Mother Monday. What's that, Cody? I don't even know what Mother Monday means. All right, thanks, Chris. It's like they were up. I may be losing it, my friends. I may be losing it. I worked on some of that augmented reality yesterday. I think I have to purchase another camera to be able to make it work. So we're going to work on that in the coming days. But yeah, some augmented reality, cool stuff going to be heading your way hopefully soon. Great day for movie and bowling tomorrow. Amen to that. Maybe even today because the kids are out of school today. Right? So, wasn't it gorgeous yesterday? Now, the clouds hung out a little bit longer. That mid-level deck of clouds hung out a little bit longer right over Knoxville, parts of Loudoun County, Roane County. And then as we got into the afternoon, finally it just went, it dissipated. And did you notice how much warmer it felt when that sun finally came out for some of us that were stuck under the clouds yesterday? It's amazing what the sunshine will do and how it makes you feel. That was a question I asked the weather when I was at the weather conference. I asked them, I said, is there a way to show apparent temperature? Now, when I say apparent temperature, I'm not talking wind chills and heat index values. I'm talking about how the sunshine makes it feel based on the time of the year. Because I think by giving you a forecast, high temperature for the day, that's a little deceiving because we measure the temperature over the grass in the shade. Well, how many of you are over the grass in the shade most of your day? Probably not very much, right? And so I would love a way to be able to present the forecast and say, and I talk about it. I'm like, listen, if we're talking about sunny and 75, it's going to feel more like 85 in the direct sunlight, right? But it would be cool to be able to show you how much different that is if you're in the direct sunlight versus the shade. I feel like it's I know we have to keep consistency when we're talking keeping records and meteorology and stuff like that. And so there's a reason why they do that. Because if clouds move in, you don't have that apparent temperature. If the sun comes back out, it feels hotter. So it would fluctuate how we keep records. So I understand why we do it, obviously. But I think it would be better to be able to show you that, hey, listen, it's 85 degrees, it's sunny. Even if we didn't have humidity, it's going to feel more like 90, 95 in the direct sunlight, That's why over the years we've determined, Abby and I have determined that sunny and 65 is like the perfect day because if you're in the direct sunlight and it's sunny, it's going to feel more like 75. Now, 75 and sunny is pretty awesome, but if you're in the shade, it's 75 and sunny is awesome. Anyways, I digress. Thanks a lot, Chris. So we should have messed Mike up and said, no, the maps weren't on. Then you would have just heard me repeat everything that I just talked about. Oh, my gosh. Let's see. What are we saying here this morning? Chris says he's in the country, so he has septic. We're actually on septic at my house as well because we're in the county. So we have septic as well. Actually, when we first bought this house, realized, it didn't get to a bad situation. Thank goodness for that. But we realized that the septic tank hadn't been emptied for like 7 years. Now, there were small families that lived in the house. So it wasn't like big families or anything. But yeah, you gotta clean that stuff out. Gross. So we ended up having to get like little ports put in, so it makes it easier to do the whole septic stuff. He says you're just in a fever dream right now. I don't feel sick. Now I don't have a lot of energy. I feel like my energy has just been sucked out of me. But my voice, for some reason, just is not coming back. So hopefully it sounds okay on the broadcast, but it's a little raspy. Melinda says she finally got some sunshine in Halls about 3 o'clock yesterday afternoon. Yeah, those little pesky mid-level clouds hung around a little bit longer. Lee took his jacket off while playing golf yesterday. Yeah. It's funny because I was in Townsend, and I went with my jacket. When I left Knoxville, it was cloudy, overcast, so I put my jacket on, my light jacket. Got down to Townsend. Clouds started to clear. We were eating lunch outside. All of a sudden, it just really started to heat up, and I was like, oh, my gosh. And then it was cool. I took a cool photo. I don't know if I'll be able to show it to you. Well, now my phone's not working, but... Anyways, took a cool photo because I was trying to look at visible satellite imagery sometimes when you have that strong delineation of just a sharp contrast of clouds versus sun, it shows up really cool on visible satellite imagery. So I was trying to do that yesterday, but ran out of time. Yeah, Mike's solar radiation forecast. There we go. Sunshine warmth is always the best. There's nothing better. You know, some of my favorite days are like when it's like 40 degrees outside and then you get in your car because it's been sunny and your car's been just soaking up all that solar radiation and you get in your car and you're just like, oh, nap time. You're like, wait, no, I can't take a nap. I got to drive. Can't take a nap in the car. Good morning, Eva and Tina. Glad you all could join in this morning. The merch has not come in yet. They said hopefully Friday morning. I'll probably have to go pick it up. So hopefully Friday. They put a rush on the order. I think the umbrellas will be in. I think the umbrellas will be in Friday morning. But they were doing a rush on the shirts and the hats. So hopefully we'll be able to get those. Oh, this is interesting. Jorge says buttermilk or expired milk actually helps to maintain septic tanks. I didn't know that. See, the things that we learn every single day on this broadcast. Yeah, it's probably a mixture of allergies, Buck, and a little bit of sickness that I had this past weekend. But yeah, nothing major. We'll get through it, right? We'll get through it. Kids are sleeping in this morning. They're off of school. Wife's getting ready to head off to work. And we're going to keep chugging along. Trucking along, chugging along. Good old, Grateful Dead song. Trucking, right, Buck? Sure you know that one. Just keep on trucking. Tammy said, I'm with you. I put Wednesday instead of Tuesday. I had to delete the comment and start all over again. Oh, man. Yeah, you like some Grateful Dead, don't you there, Buck? I'm sure you're probably a little bit of a deadhead. Oh. Anyways, I see a few more folks chiming in, so we're just going to re-rack the forecast just a little bit. Let folks get an idea who just chimed in. Of course, I posted on social media I'm starting to post a little bit more forecast stuff in the stories. So if you follow me on stories, go ahead and check that out. But just know that it's going to be a doozy of a week. So your weather headlines for the day today, and you can if you've already got the forecast you want to leave for the day, have a great day. But I see folks are chiming in now, so let's go ahead and give them the forecast here. Okay, so increasing rain throughout the day today, albeit on the light side. Moderate to heavy rain tonight. Breezy and moderate rainfall Wednesday. Dry Thursday, but more wet weather returns as we get into the day on Friday and Saturday. We do have some fog out there. Let's go. We never did T-Dot cameras here. Let's do that for a second. And we'll get to work with the forecast here in just a moment. See if we can see any fog showing up. See if there's any issues on the roadways. Oh, nice. Good news is there's no issues on the roadways. Let's see if there's any fog showing up. Not too terribly bad. This is a live look here at... That's a live look there at Western Avenue and Interstate 40. And so you can kind of see that haze of fog showing up, but it's not going to present, doesn't seem to present any major issues. We'll check a couple other T-Dot cameras to see if there's any fog showing up maybe down Alcoa Highway. No, doesn't look like so. Alcoa Highway seems to be doing better, much better than what we were dealing with yesterday morning. And we'll come over to the 75-640 interchange. And again, no fog showing up there. We'll come out to Strawberry Plains, see if we have any fog showing up there. This is near Strawberry Plains, so again, no fog. Right along the river, Holston River. Do we have any fog? A little bit. So you can see a little bit of fog, but obviously not going to affect your morning commute this morning, which is obviously great news to pass along. For those of you that are just now chiming in, let's go back to the forecast. So a little bit of fog showing up this morning. Temperatures are trending a little bit warmer than what we were yesterday by a few degrees anyways. And it's going to be another nice, beautiful afternoon with, well, not beautiful. Temperature-wise, it's going to be great. Clouds are going to increase as this next storm system approaches. So through the day today, those temperatures climb into the upper 60s to low 70s. Here's your Futurecast model. Actually, let me just show you this. This will be a better depiction. So rain gradually increases from south to north today, but by the end of the day, not a lot of us are going to see a whole lot of rain. The Southern Valley south of Interstate 40, the Plateau, will see a better chance for rain. Say Knoxville up towards Tri-Cities, less likely to see much rain throughout the day today. But then overnight tonight, the heavy rain settles on in. So by tomorrow morning, see how this fills in? We'll see those rain showers fill in across the area. And then through the day tomorrow, watch this map. Tomorrow, we're going to see more rain. So watch how this all fills in even more so. Look at that. So we're going to see about 1 inch to 2 inches of rainfall here over the next 48 hours. And then we're going to see more rain head our way as we wrap up the weekend, get into the weekend, because we've got another cold front on the way. And by the end of the week, so Friday and Saturday time frame, plus today and tomorrow, we're going to see 1 to 3 inches of rainfall around East Tennessee, probably 2 to 5 inches of rain down into parts of Alabama, Georgia, South Carolina, maybe 1 to 2 inches across parts of North and South Carolina, and then Nashville, Memphis will likely see about 1 inch of rain, and that's going to be associated with the Friday, Saturday cold front that's going to spill in more rain. And remember, back behind that cold front, we're going to see more seasonable temperatures, or if not colder. Sunday's going to be on the chillier side with temperatures in the 40s and low 50s. Monday, we're going to be a little bit warmer, and those low temperatures, remember, dip down into the 30s. So possibly some freezing temperatures as we get into Sunday and Monday morning, especially across the plateau, higher terrain in the Northern Valley. So something to keep in mind. Don't forget to download the East Tennessee Weather app. So if you're just now tuning into the broadcast here this morning, good morning to you. If you've not downloaded the East Tennessee Weather app, it's going to be a great tool here over the next couple of days to use the interactive radar. So as we go to the interactive radar, not much showing up on the radar right now. You can see how it's a little bit further to our west and southwest. But one of the greatest tools with the interactive radar is when you open it, it starts at the current radar. That's exactly what's happening right now. Then you push play. It goes back 2 hours. It will pause, and then watch this, a future cast of 2 hours. So let's come down to the Southern Valley. So folks joining us from Bradley County, Hamilton County, as we loop this, you'll notice that those rain showers are just a little bit further to our south. But over the next 2 hours, places like Chattanooga, let's see if we can get this to load here. Places like Chattanooga, Cleveland, will probably start to see, why are you not working now? Why is it not working? This is from my computer, not my cell phone. Let's see if this works. Oh, what are you doing? It was just working. Let's zoom it out a little bit and see if that works. Maybe we'll have to reset the radar. Nope, let's try it again. Open it back up. We'll reset it. We'll come down to the Southern Valley. And does it work? You know, technology never works when you want to. There it is. So Chattanooga, Cleveland, Soddy Daisy, starting to work its way into Ray and Meigs, southern parts of Ray and Meigs County over the next couple of hours, and also McMinn County. So, and then for the Cumberland Plateau, looks like most of that rain is just going to stay off to our west all the way through the next couple of hours, as that rain's going to continue to work its way into the Cookeville area. So anybody traveling along Interstate 40, westbound on 40, you'll run into some rain showers. So that's going to be a great tool over the next couple of days. Just know it's going to be definitely some soggy soakers for sure. Lee says the fog's already burned off in Powell here this morning. That's good. A little foggy in South Knoxville, but I'm connecting with Meads Quarry. So I'm always a little more foggy. There we go. It's always a little more foggy over there. Yeah, it is indeed. And it was cool because when I was talking to the folks over at Peaceful Side Social, they live in Townsend, and they said, the weather over here is so interesting because it's so different, kind of tucked back up against the mountains there. The storms in the summertime just build and they can't see them, and then all of a sudden, boom, they move over the mountains because they don't have great visuals on the other side of the mountains because they're so close to them. And I was like, yeah, and that's why it's going to be so nice to have a camera down there. So Jen says, what hours are we looking for rain for Saturday? Mount Horeb, which I went to that school. The PTO is having a car show and vendor event at our school, and we're trying to work out around the rain. Well, if it's a car wash, you can still wash a car. Let's see. I'm still in the long-range model forecast, so I don't have a great handle on it because obviously the long-range model forecasts don't show it's not as precise, but let's see. I'll go to Saturday. So Saturday. Okay. Well, the cold front's going to come through probably just before sunrise on Saturday. That will bring the line of showers, and then we may see a few scattered light showers back behind it. Let me look at a different model forecast. I'm just looking at models right now. So we'll come back to Saturday. So another model forecast has kind of a split flow. It's going to be a close one. I think you'll probably be on the drier side for the car wash, but can't rule out some scattered showers throughout the day. And then, of course, Sunday is going to be a little bit on the chillier side. So, Jen, good morning to Mount Horeb this morning and the PTO. but it does look like a few scattered showers. Just hang tight. We'll have some higher resolution model forecasts coming down the pipeline in the next couple of days, and I'll have a better idea once we get into the high resolution model forecasting. We'll have a better idea of what it really is going to be looking like for Saturday. So make sure you check back in tomorrow. Cody says it can't rain all the time. That's right, my friend. So foggy and Loudon, says Betty. And what's considered Tri-Cities? So that's going to be Kingsport, Johnson City, the Kingsport, Johnson City area. That's considered Tri-Cities. So Kingsport's like right there in Virginia and Tennessee. And then you have Johnson City. And so that would be considered the Tri-Cities. Where are you from, Heidi? Where do you live? Are you new to town? Have you never heard of the Tri-Cities before? So I'll show you. I'll show you on a map. How about that? We'll just show you the TDOT maps because that will be a better idea of how I could show you. So Tri-Cities is going to be up here. So see how we have Kingsport right there in the top center of your screen. We have Johnson City down here. So that makes sense. So Kingsport, Upper East Tennessee. Tri-Cities is Upper East Tennessee, if that helps you out any, if you're new to town. Good morning, Linda and Debbie and Bristol. Yeah, in Bristol. So Kingsport, Bristol, and Johnson City. That's all considered the Tri-Cities. Three bigger cities all right next to each other, right? And see, all of you are answering questions here. I've lived here for 3 years. I'm from California. You live in Maryville. Oh, nice. Well, welcome to East Tennessee. Are you liking East Tennessee versus California? Where in California did you move from? And you live in a beautiful part of East Tennessee. Maryville's gorgeous. Love Maryville. Love being banked up against the Smoky Mountains there. So depending on where you are from in California, kind of depends on what the weather was like where you were. Were you in the foothills? Were you in the valley? Were you in the San Joaquin Valley? Sacramento, L.A., San Diego, where were you? And I'm talking to Heidi. So Asheville Saturday and Hot Springs Sunday. Are you going to the Hot Springs? Have you ever been to the Hot Springs, Rhonda? So Sunday is going to be a great day for the Hot Springs because it's going to be chillier. But if we looked at, I'll come back to the... if you looked at, if you've never been there, it's great. But probably going to be dealing with some rain showers on Saturday for Asheville. So Saturday, you're probably going to have rain on Asheville on Saturday. Sunday for the Hot Springs should be quieter and colder. Folsom, California. Folsom. Nice. Do you have those Folsom blues? What is that? Come on, Buck. Somebody help me out with the Lonesome, what is it? Folsom Blues. Come on, Buck. I know you can help me with this one. The hot springs are great. The hot springs are amazing. Are you going to go get a massage and whatnot? And I love Hot Springs, North Carolina. I actually backpacked from. Let's see. That would have been. My brain is so foggy this morning. What's the mountain up there near Hot Springs? That's got the great views. Anyways, Purchase Knob. Not Purchase Knob. Somebody help me out here. My brain is not working this morning at all. It's not working. Folsom Prison Blues. There we go. Thank you very much. Little Johnny Cash this morning for you. Well, welcome to East Tennessee, and anybody that's joining us from another part of the country that you maybe have moved to East Tennessee, the population's grown big time. Welcome to the traffic along Interstate 40, by the way. Always Max Patch. There we go. Thank you, Michelle. Max Patch. So Max Patch to Hot Springs, North Carolina, did a backpacking trip. Actually, this funny story. Here's a funny story for you. My wife was pregnant. We had planned this backpacking trip, 35 miles or whatever it is, with a friend of ours. And like literally a week before the trip, my wife informed me that maybe a week, it was probably a little bit before that, but informed me that she was pregnant with our first child. and she was high risk. We had been spent about 2 years trying to get pregnant, and so she all of a sudden couldn't go. And I was like, well, I can't cancel on my friend. He's already packed his bag. We're ready to go. Everything's planned. She's like, just go. So one of my dogs and I and my buddy went and backpacked from Max Patch to Hot Springs, and just a great backpacking trip. You go up through, right around. Well, I guess that's not right around Mount Rogers. Done Mount Rogers before. That's over in North Carolina, but no, you do go around Mount Rogers, I think. I forget that whole trip. But yeah, about 30 miles, and it was a fun trip too. And love to end right there in Hot Springs and go check out everything there. They had actually a huge music festival going on while I was there. While we were there, when we pulled into town, there's this giant music festival. It was lots of fun. Thanks, Pat and Michelle and Cody chiming in there. Cody, funny, I can't. I listen. When I got married to my wife, her family's, they're all like musicians. They're all great at music, and so my mother and father-in-law bought me a guitar for saying, "Hey, welcome to the family." And that was 16 years ago, 17 years ago, 16 years ago, and I pick it up, but I can't play very well. My son, who's been playing guitar, plays much better than I do. Well, I sure hope you enjoy your day. We're going to wrap things up at 7:37. And just know that the rain's going to be increasing. Light rain today, heavy rain tonight, moderate showers throughout the day tomorrow, 1 to 2 inches of rainfall by tomorrow night, dry Thursday, and then we'll see those rain chances ramp back up as we get into our Friday and Saturday. Rainfall totals through the next 7 days, anywhere from 1 to 3 or 3+ inches of rainfall is possible. So we'll have to watch out for the possibility of some localized flooding as we get into our Friday and Saturday time frame. We sure hope you have a great day, everybody. Just 3 days away from the meet and greet at Orange Hat Brewing in Hardin Valley, 6 to 8 o'clock at night. And again, we just hope you enjoy the day. Try to stay as dry as you can. And if you're going to be heading off casting your vote today, good on you, doing your civic duties, and enjoy the day, folks. And Lee, not until I'm done playing golf, but there we go. When you're done playing golf, you can go out and knock it out of the park. All right, my friends, we'll see you tomorrow morning for Wake Up with Witcher at 7 o'clock in the morning, and I'll send you back to the 24-hour channel right now. Have a great day. Good morning. Have a great Tuesday, everybody. It's Election Tuesday, my friends, and rain and weather always affects voter turnout. But the good news is the rain's going to slowly creep its way on in. Not a ton of rain throughout the day today, but that changes overnight tonight. So let me go ahead and walk you through the details. And we got several rounds of rain on the way. Temperature-wise, that shouldn't keep you from hitting the polls, right? We're going to see those temps climb into the upper 60s by noon. We'll stay in the upper 60s to low 70s as we get into the afternoon. But here's the story. We pick up our timeline at 7 o'clock this morning. So the earlier you can get off to the polls this morning, the better you will be. By noon, rain across the Southern Valley. So not too bad, right? Most of East Tennessee is going to be on the drier side. Cloudy for sure and a little breezy at times. But other than that, 3 o'clock this afternoon, again, some scattered light rain showers, but not a ton of rain by 3. So again, we're going to be better off earlier on. And then as we get into the evening hours, we'll start to see a little bit more shower activity spread on in. But not a bad day whatsoever when we're talking heading off to the polls to cast your ballot, okay? When you look at rainfall amounts just through 7 o'clock here tonight, this will kind of tell you the story. Not a ton of rain across upper East Tennessee, so you're going to be doing better. Central Valley, Northern Plateau, not a ton of rain, probably up to about a tenth of an inch. Now, the Southern Valley, by 7 o'clock, you have a better chance of seeing some decent amount of rain by the end of the day. So depending on what time you may want to head off to the polls, kind of depends on if you're going to have to deal with the rain. But thank goodness we're not going to see what we're going to see tonight through the day today, because that would limit a lot of folks getting off to cast those ballots, because the heavy rain is going to settle on in overnight tonight. Look at the moderate showers. So while we're sleeping overnight through tomorrow morning, we're talking about a soggy start to our Wednesday morning. So Wednesday morning, just through today and Wednesday morning, you'll see how the rain's going to really start to pile up around the area. Still a little bit drier across upper East Tennessee compared to everybody else, but everybody's having rain by sunrise tomorrow morning. Then as we head through the day tomorrow, the rain's going to continue to spread on through. Center of low pressure swinging its way through East Tennessee. That tracks its way to the north and northeast, taking the rain with it. But eventually the rain will move its way on out. However, we're talking about a lot of rainfall around the area. So when you add up today, tonight, and tomorrow, the whole storm system over the next 2 days, we're talking about anywhere from 3/4 of an inch to maybe pockets of 2 inches down across the Southern Valley. So a good soaker for sure heading our way. Next 3-day forecast, we're going to see those temperatures stay on the mild side. So we'll go 70s today, mid-60s tomorrow, and we'll go back into the upper 60s with dry weather on into our Thursday. If this is all you need to know, we sure hope you have a great day. But let's continue the forecast, shall we? Let's take you the big picture. A lot of us do travel for our jobs. So today and tomorrow, we're going to have those rain chances ramp up. Then as we get into our Friday and Saturday, we're going to continue to see those rain chances hang out with us as another storm system moves its way on into the area. So here's how that looks like. So first things first, our storm system, low pressure system tracking out of the south, that's going to spread in the rain. So if you're traveling down to Alabama, Georgia, South Carolina, North Carolina, today, tonight, or tomorrow, we're going to be dealing with the rain showers, okay? That's going to move its way on out. Then we dry out as we get into our Thursday. But our next storm system is out across the West Coast, and that's going to be swinging its way across the country. We'll pick up again around the region, 1 to 2 inches of rainfall today, tonight, and through the day tomorrow. Big picture pattern, another trough of low pressure out across the West Coast. That's going to be swinging its way across the Four Corners, the Great Plains, and into the southeastern U.S., and that's going to spread in some decent amount of moisture once again as we get into the upcoming weekend. Here's that storm system. So it's really Thursday, Friday, we're going to see scattered showers, maybe a few rumbles of thunder. And then as we get into our Saturday, the cold front swings its way on through. What this cold front's actually going to do is drop our temperatures as we get into the upcoming weekend. Well, Sunday, more so. So here we go, rainfall amounts today into tomorrow. We're going to start to see those rain showers spread on into the area. Tomorrow into Thursday, it starts to kick its way on out. Thursday into Friday, here comes our next storm system. Friday into Saturday, more wet weather across the deep south. Saturday into Sunday, it starts to exit. Sunday into Monday, it kicks on out. We'll start to see some drier, cooler weather conditions return to East Tennessee. But when you add all these days up, the bullseye continues to be down in the parts of Alabama and Georgia, the Tennessee Valley, 1, 2. But here in East Tennessee, we're going to be on the cusp of that those heavier downpours. So we are going to see more rain than Nashville and into Memphis. Temperature-wise, we're going to stay on the warm side all the way through Saturday. Big dip in those temperatures on Sunday, back into the upper 40s. And then we'll get into the upper 50s as we get into the start of next week. Low temperatures, mild until we get into our Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday time frame. Have a great day.
When you're ready for replacement windows, we offer high-quality, energy-efficient windows in many styles and colors. We want to help you improve your home's curb appeal. Free in-home estimate with upfront prices. No games or gimmicks. No high-pressure sales tactics. Double hung, picture, slider, casement, and architectural shapes. We offer them all. We've got a window for every home and a window for every budget.
Hey folks, it's Jake from Rusty Wallace Kia of Knoxville. We're kicking off the new year right. You'll save more than ever before in 2024. The price won't be the problem with deals like these. Get rates as low as 0.9%. Get $7,000 over KBB value for your trade. Plus, every new vehicle comes with Rusty's exclusive, no charge 200,000 mile warranty. And don't forget, the price won't be the problem at Rusty Wallace Kia of Knoxville, I-75 at Callahan Drive.
You're watching East Tennessee Weather. Weather when you want it.
Good morning. Have a great Tuesday, everybody. It's Election Tuesday, my friends, and rain and weather always affects voter turnout. But the good news is the rain's going to slowly creep its way on in. Not a ton of rain throughout the day today, but that changes overnight tonight. So let me go ahead and walk you through the details. And we got several rounds of rain on the way. Temperature-wise, that shouldn't keep you from hitting the polls, right? We're going to see those temps climb into the upper 60s by noon. We'll stay in the upper 60s to low 70s as we get into the afternoon. But here's the story. We pick up our timeline at 7 o'clock this morning. So the earlier you can get off to the polls this morning, the better you will be. By noon, rain across the Southern Valley. So not too bad, right? Most of East Tennessee is going to be on the drier side. Cloudy for sure and a little breezy at times. But other than that, 3 o'clock this afternoon, again, some scattered light rain showers, but not a ton of rain by 3. So again, we're going to be better off earlier on. And then as we get into the evening hours, we'll start to see a little bit more shower activity spread on in. But not a bad day whatsoever when we're talking heading off to the polls to cast your ballot, okay? When you look at rainfall amounts just through 7 o'clock here tonight, this will kind of tell you the story. Not a ton of rain across upper East Tennessee, so you're going to be doing better. Central Valley, Northern Plateau, not a ton of rain, probably up to about a tenth of an inch. Now, the Southern Valley, by 7 o'clock, you have a better chance of seeing some decent amount of rain by the end of the day. So depending on what time you may want to head off to the polls, kind of depends on if you're going to have to deal with the rain. But thank goodness we're not going to see what we're going to see tonight through the day today, because that would limit a lot of folks getting off to cast those ballots, because the heavy rain is going to settle on in overnight tonight. Look at the moderate showers. So while we're sleeping overnight through tomorrow morning, we're talking about a soggy start to our Wednesday morning. So Wednesday morning, just through today and Wednesday morning, you'll see how the rain's going to really start to pile up around the area. Still a little bit drier across upper East Tennessee compared to everybody else, but everybody's having rain by sunrise tomorrow morning. Then as we head through the day tomorrow, the rain's going to continue to spread on through. Center of low pressure swinging its way through East Tennessee. That tracks its way to the north and northeast, taking the rain with it. But eventually the rain will move its way on out. However, we're talking about a lot of rainfall around the area. So when you add up today, tonight, and tomorrow, the whole storm system over the next 2 days, we're talking about anywhere from 3/4 of an inch to an inch to maybe pockets of 2 inches down across the Southern Valley. So a good soaker for sure heading our way. Next 3-day forecast, we're going to see those temperatures stay on the mild side. So we'll go 70s today, mid-60s tomorrow, and we'll go back into the upper 60s with dry weather on into our Thursday. If this is all you need to know, we sure hope you have a great day. But let's continue the forecast, shall we? Let's take you the big picture. A lot of us do travel for our jobs. So today and tomorrow, we're going to have those rain chances ramp up. Then as we get into our Friday and Saturday, we're going to continue to see those rain chances hang out with us as another storm system moves its way on into the area. So here's how that looks like. So first things first, our storm system, low pressure system tracking out of the south, that's going to spread in the rain. So if you're traveling down to Alabama, Georgia, South Carolina, North Carolina, today, tonight, or tomorrow, we're going to be dealing with the rain showers, okay? That's going to move its way on out. Then we dry out as we get into our Thursday, but our next storm system is out across the West Coast, and that's going to be swinging its way across the country. We'll pick up again around the region, 1 to 2 inches of rainfall today, tonight, and through the day tomorrow. Big picture pattern, another trough of low pressure out across the West Coast. That's going to be swinging its way across the Four Corners, the Great Plains, and into the southeastern U.S., and that's going to spread in some decent amount of moisture once again as we get into the upcoming weekend. Here's that storm system. So it's really Thursday, Friday, we're going to see scattered showers, maybe a few rumbles of thunder. And then as we get into our Saturday, the cold front swings its way on through. What this cold front's actually going to do is drop our temperatures as we get into the upcoming weekend. Well, Sunday, more so. So here we go, rainfall amounts today into tomorrow. We're going to start to see those rain showers spread on into the area. Tomorrow into Thursday, it starts to kick its way on out. Thursday into Friday, here comes our next storm system. Friday into Saturday, more wet weather across the deep south. Saturday into Sunday, it starts to exit. Sunday into Monday, it kicks on out. We'll start to see some drier, cooler weather conditions return to East Tennessee. But when you add all these days up, the bullseye continues to be down into parts of Alabama and Georgia, the Tennessee Valley, 1, 2. But here in East Tennessee, we're going to be on the cusp of that heavier downpours. So we are going to see more rain than Nashville and into Memphis. Temperature-wise, we're going to stay on the warm side all the way through Saturday. Big dip in those temperatures on Sunday, back into the upper 40s. And then we'll get into the upper 50s as we get into the start of next week. Low temperatures, mild until we get into our Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday time frame. Have a great day.